We're live.
Oh, doggies! Hello, 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 as Jeffrey Morlock's been known to say. Howdy, as Marty says. And how you doing? How you's doing, as they say in
How you's doing?
Pennsylvania. How you's doing? All right. Well, we's doing good, and it's RobLynn Live time. It's day 326. Shocker there. We made it to 326 days. Do you think we'll make it to a year? We're going to find out.
We're not going to give up.
All right. Never say never.
Exactly.
10th of July, 2023, and you've got tuned in to the one and only Variety Chat Hour, named by Marty DeGarmo, RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
True, true, and true. Well, we should talk about Monday's events, and there were a number of them. 8 a.m. brought you Comfort Confor, as usual, on time at 8. At 11 a.m. Eastern Time, it was Monday Fun Day with Jane and Red, and they're in dry dock, so that's the problem with the internet that Red's having.
Challenges.
Challenge. It's not a problem. We don't have problems. We have challenges that we have solutions to.
Mm-hmm.
Red, your solution: get the heck out of dry dock, bro. And I think they're getting out by Friday, which will be good.
Cool.
11:30 a.m. brought along the one and only Captain Conductor Grandpa Chris Johnson. He fired up the troops pretty good in the 11:30 hour. Then at 12 noon, it was Robin Noble and Marty DeGarmo on Marty's Live. And there were, believe it or not, 600 plus. And that's a good thing. That's the power of posting right there. Power of posting. Then at 12:30 p.m., along came Rekha and Mamata. You thought I forgot.
I'm glad
They're on every night. I didn't realize that. That at midnight, is it midnight? No, it's 12:30. It's midnight for them, roughly, or a little later, I guess.
I think
Every night they're on, Rekha and Mamata.
Something like 12:30 our time, their time, 12:30 a.m. to 2 or something like that.
Yeah, it's at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half or
day.
so.
And they talk with the people attending their show and have a conversation with all the people in the YouTube chat. It's really nice. I like it a lot.
We kind of do it too.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
And they try to speak English and Hindi so that we can kind of follow.
No, they do.
along.
They translate all
Really-
the time.
it's really
So they
nice.
got Hindi.
I love them. Yeah.
How's your Hindi come?
Not
Too good? Thanks for not saying
Okay.
not too shabby.
What I'm waiting for is auto language translation in O Connect. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Then we'll attend everything.
Oh yeah.
Instead of 90%, we'll attend 100%.
Because I know when I attend webinars in other languages, I think I must be missing out. I know this is good stuff and I can't understand. So I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, but
auto
Lynn
language.
Nakamoto in any language is Lynn Nakamoto. So that's the easy part. You know when they're talking to you or
Oh,
about you,
funny.
which is cool. 3 p.m. Yes, indeedy. It was the Magic Duo. They had a little bit of technical difficulty with internet, I believe. And it was Yasmin and Amina. Yasmin and
And they
Amina.
are daily.
They are a magical duo.
They're wonderful, dynamic.
Magical.
They teach a lot of good stuff. So
And guess who's coming to tea from the UK? The one and only Comfort Confor with round 2 of a Q&A.
it was Q&A. Well, not two parts, just the Q&A was today. She has it periodically, and today was the Q&A.
Q&A on Monday, and she had along, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Anita and Andy Burks and Collins Mana, and we have one more.
Comfort.
No, gentlemen.
Oh, Gideon Izemba.
Gideon. I always want
Gideon.
to say Fidian, but it is Gideon.
Gideon Izemba of Nigeria.
Good, and better.
Mhm.
All right. That was the Q&A round 2 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And now it's 8 p.m. and you know where you are. I don't know where I am, but you know where you are. It's time for Ollie Boy the Wonder Dog, who presents on the RobLynn Live network. He's become quite the executive director. His mom and dad, Lynn Nakamoto and Rob Mad Hatter Gorman. And why are we watching Apple Music? What happened?
We're having, so I'm going to turn that off.
All right.
It just on its own, it comes up sometimes.
And there we are. We're back. All right. We probably didn't leave, actually.
No, we didn't.
All right. And their variety chat show, as Marty says, with Where's Ollie the Wonder Dog? The virtual background contest, which everyone loves. And the background, which tonight is number 326. We'll have Ollie's Where Am I virtual background contest. And I thought I saw Colonel Lee there as you scrolled. Okie dokie.
Let me find it.
All righty.
There it is.
And we'd like to say a big thank you to Colonel Daniel Lee, our favorite auctioneer here in Florida and everywhere else, for that super sticker. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right.
I'm going to turn us.
Let's remember just
to.
Okay, we're going to turn on slow mode so she can maybe catch up by the end of the hour. And we're off. Let me say this as well. Just a reminder for Ollie's virtual Where Am I contest. Let's give Lynn a chance at 8:30 or thereabouts to ring Grandma Bobby's cowbell. Here's one cowbell right here. And wait for Lynn to highlight one of your comments, which we appreciate very much. And let the guesses begin. First boys and first girls, let it all hang out. Let's have some fun. All guesses are welcome. Even if you're just a guess and not an educated guess, your guess is welcome at the Ready to Rumble show, starring Lynn and Ollie. Announcements. Here's the hat. Oh, you're getting good at that.
So crooked.
Well, the hat's not. Now you straighten it out. Announcements. Check out the new contest. Oh my goodness. Offering some $21,000 in cash to in the YouTube giveaway contest, as Marty calls it. And you guessed it, cash, spelled any way you want. Dinero, cash, pesos, lira, what else have we got? Pounds, pesos, rupees, etc., etc. It's still 21,000 of goodness. And that's from the YouTube contest. All with an OESO mail is all you have to do is click in there and sign in to the YouTube channel, the corporate channel, and go for it. The directions are in both the back office, aren't they?
Yeah. OES too.
In the OES as well. They're easy. They're even easier than before. So you got to get a guess in there. If you got multiple accounts, you can do it. You can put in multiple guesses, one with each account. So get after it, folks. Yeah. Get after it. All right. First prize is 10,000 smackaroos. I didn't mention smackaroos. Okay, please check out the new On Passive website. Holy smokes, did that pop off the page or what?
Beautiful.
Love the colors, a mixture of gray and colors. And I was up at 03:30 hours here in the USA, and I was fortunate enough to see the beauty of it. And if you haven't noticed, the OES is moving pretty quickly. The login is lightning fast like nowhere else. Log in, please. Log in. And as you can see, all of you can see, it's just plain terrific. Also, and you know what's next. I know you know what's coming now. Please migrate if you haven't. And if you know someone who needs help, you know the drill. Just reach out and help someone today.
Just help one.
Reach out and help one and help us all. Ta-da, cha-cha-cha. And we're off to the races.
Just help one and we'll get it done.
Help one and we get it done. To all of you, have some fun. Surf around, kids. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy the 3 free for thee and me and everyone else. O net, O mail, O trim, and plug in, and an O connect or two, shall we? A 2-hour session, shall we, with family and friends, and maybe your friends within on passive? Why not? That is a boom, baby, boom. We'll say hello to one of our panelists who I hadn't mentioned yet. Hi to Dan. And we'll bring you and Marty in shortly.
Dan Street and Marty DeGarmo.
Was I supposed to mention Marty's coming?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Hi, Dan.
We'll let you in shortly.
Just give us a few minutes to finish the chit chat here. All right. Please send out your love, light, and prayers to anyone you know who is ill or has been injured for a quick and complete recovery. Please, we say this every night, and we mean it from our hearts to yours. And also, please pray for Ash, his lovely wife, and their 2 wonderful boys, the handsome Mufareh boys, Omar and Chunky, as well as the tech, media, and support staffs around the globe for their continued good health and safety. And welcome to our second panelist, Mr. Marty DeGarmo. We'll bring in just a minute, Marty. Just finish up here in just a few minutes. And tonight's topic, we have a topic for you guys. And these 2 guests are some of the most, they're the most at being loyal. That's what I'll say. They're loyal to each other, along with their third partner in crime, not so crimeful, Mr. Mike Ellis, the video king. He's the king of videos. Although Marty's giving him a run for his money these days with doing 2 or 3 a day or 4 a day. He seems to be up doing videos at all the crazy hours. All right, so we'll be right back with you, Marty and Dan, in a moment.
You want to do the contest before they come in?
Yes, we will do that,
right.
but let me finish, if I might, with this. The topic tonight is a special one to us, and I think to most of you out there. It's topic number 326. That's right, 326 consecutive topics. Loyalty is everything.
I love that.
Ollie's question of the night is, who do you admire, whether in your family or your business associates or friends, the most as to being loyal? And that can be a businessman or businesswoman, you name it. It can be anyone.
Any human being. How's that?
Any being, including our fur babies. Speaking of clubs, I joined all the doggy clubs.
Fur babies can be loyal.
What do you mean can be? They are.
Yeah.
They're the most unconditional, loving beings on the planet. Now, we have a few points we want to make about loyalty, which is one of my favorite topics, and I know Ash's, Marty's, Dan's, Mike's, comforts, etc. So, to a businessman or businesswoman, loyalty is everything by his or her employees or founders. Founders, nice word. Global affiliates, even nicer. So, but let's take a peek as we talk about other relationships as well, where loyalty becomes the right way to do things. Personal relationships. In a friendship, a loyal friend is always there in the good and the bad times, never leaves your side for a moment. That's a true friend, a true personal relationship, and someone that's truly loyal. That's offering support, and it doesn't matter. Good times, bad times, they're there for you. Then there's the romantic relationships that some of you may have, probably most of you have, and may have had even more than one. Partner and loyal when they are faithful, committed, and honest with each other. Not too shabby, as they say. Loyalty. Ba-boom, ba-boom. And back to employee loyalty, if I may, for a moment. Dedicated employees who over the years are loyal. Let's take a peek at the on-passive employees in Hyderabad, Dubai, Egypt, Bangladesh, you name it, Orlando, and places we may not even know about yet. Their loyalty from Ash is remarkable, and their loyalty to Ash is even as remarkable.
I like Yin Yang's statement. As the saying goes, blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family.
I believe there's a hat to that effect. Loyalty makes you family. Francis Tay, thank you for that
Thank
super sticker,
you.
our brother. And you had a comment from Davina saying hello. And there's one from Marty, if you want to say that one. Faithful to a person to whom allegiance or affection is due. Faithful to a cause or ideal. That's loyalty.
That's a good one.
All right. Back to the employees. Demonstrate their loyalty staying with the organization. Not many folks coming and going in the doors of On Passive. That's loyalty for sure. And that's over an extended period of time, not just 30 minutes or not just their probationary period and then they're gone with their loyalty. That's for sure. And Peter Rogers is in the house, Marty and Dan, checking in from the UK, where at the present time it's 1:01:20 hours, Marty, 1:20 in the morning. Thank you, Peter, brother. And Avadias is here, and she says loyalty is everything, as Ash and Marty have both said. The future of internet, hashtag future of internet, hashtag personal relationship,
Nice.
hashtag Ash Mufareh.
Very nice.
Okay, family loyalty. Well, as we were growing up, I don't know how loyal we were to our brothers and sisters when we were having a spat, as they say, but who cares? As we grow up, we all care for each other. It's another way to support and care in the good and the bad times as a family member. And that's whether it's your mom, your dad, your cousin, your auntie, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncle. Doesn't matter who it is. There's family loyalty. And that's really important loyalty if you think about it. Because when someone gets ill over the years, we all want to be there for that person. Someone passes, certainly we want to be there for the rest of the family. So, more importantly, family contributes, not just financial, love, loyalty, and everything else that goes from being a family member.
Very true.
Okay.
And a family could be an adopted family. It doesn't have to be a biological family.
How about brand loyalty? Does that ring a bell with any of you kids out there? Brand loyalty. It refers to customers. Also refers to affiliates. Also refers to louder. I got it. Okay, I'll speak up into the microphone. I need a microphone. I need a headset. You know, I need a scooter to scoot around the neighborhood. We need a golf cart. Coming soon to us, maybe through the wonderful world of On Passive. All right. Customers choose specific products. And if they stick with those products, stick with those brand names, boom, it's loyalty. If they refer to others or share with others, that's loyalty. Share with your friends, that's total loyalty. And Jean Oliva says, I cherish my siblings, there are four of them, and their loyalty and deep, loving family connection in honor and memory of our parents. How special is that? And we love and enjoy each other. I'm very blessed. You are blessed, Madam Oliva, for sure, for sure. And let's see any other comments I should mention. There's Kiane, Roy. Hello to you guys. I missed you earlier when I was saying howdy. Francisco's here. Al Praber in the house. Hashtag Praberman. All right. Thanks for being here, Al. Okay, so recommend products to others, that's loyalty. Enter On Passive. Speaking of loyalty, Ash speaks about this often. All I'm asking is that you're loyal and that you share. That's it. I'll do the heavy lifting for you. Hashtag Ash Mufareh. Hashtag digital tsunami. Yeah. And staffs globally, loyalty is required. And I appreciate that, Ash, as I owned a couple of businesses over my lifetime. And the most loyal people were the most, I don't know, they were the easy going, easy to like, easy to love people. And when one of the loyal people left due to an illness or family situation, it hurt our family as well. All right. So remember, loyal to On Passive, loyal to Ash Mufareh, loyal to your folks that are with you in your organization. Then there's national loyalty. People of countries. Now, we're finding this through On Passive to be huge because there's so many different countries, around 200, that we have to respect the country by respecting their laws, supporting its institution, and by supporting the inner works, participating in the activities of the nation where either you're born and raised, or you're living in, or you're just from, and you moved away at a young age. So, summing up real quickly, added up loyalty is all that Ash Mufareh speaks about. It's always in his different talks that he does, and when he hops on RobLynn Live, when he hops on the corporate webinar, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, whether a founder, whether an affiliate, whether a user or a customer or an employee, let's all remember loyalty. It's certainly easy peasy, to quote Mr. Mufareh. So let's all be loyal and remember, we are one family, one team of dedicated, loyal team members, staffs around the world, one massive movement, loyal to the bone, and of course, one On Passive.
Very nice. And
That's it for now.
Let's read Bruce Gerstein's comment.
Bruce says, hashtag Ash Mufareh. When we give loyalty to a person, we can be assured they got our backs. They have our backs for sure. Thank you, hashtag Ash Mufareh, for being the perfect example. I definitely back that one up, of loyalty for us to follow.
We agree with that.
Well, okay. Hello to Judy Oliver and Amy.
Hi, Judy. And Amy says, I'm so blessed. My son got married today to a beautiful, wonderful lady. I am one blessed mom. Congratulations, Amy.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Maybe we'll be calling you Grandma Amy soon. You never know. Hello to Patty. And what flower stands for loyalty? Violets signify wisdom, loyalty, hope, and faithfulness. Giving someone a violet lets them know that you'll always be there for them.
All righty.
All right, we're going to show the background quickly, and it'll be a quiet, silent contest tonight. Hello, Chan Chaw. We love to see you here from Bangladesh. All right, so wait for the bell, wait for the comment, and here we go to the side so you know the background. Ooh, doggies. We got mountains, we got food everywhere, and Ollie staring that food down. Now, tonight, Ollie decided he was going to stare my burger down. So Ollie stared my burger down to the point where I took the ketchup off, blew on it so it wasn't too hot for him, and put on his special Ollie plate. What we do as fur daddies and fur mamas. And there's Brenda. Hello, Brenda. And Noel. Hello, sir or ma'am. And RobLynn Live View Rock, according to Florence. I thought the jury was still out on that, but thank you for that. All right, so we showed the background. There's Johnny Simmons. Hello. And now we're going to ring Grandma Bobby's cowbell. Go ahead, Lynn.
All right, here we go.
Okay, the bell has been rung.
Let me spotlight a comment at the bottom here.
How about Nate's? I'm in it to win it. Or Gina Leva's.
Can you read that?
Okay, it is easy to me, as in Gina Leva, to be loyal to Ash and On Passive. The most true blue person with the clearest mission, the most loving vision. I cannot imagine my world without them. Hashtag loyal, hashtag faith, hashtag love, hashtag Ash Mufareh.
And until we bring in our guest.
Yes, without further ado, batting first. One of the bigger hitters in the world. Let's call him Marty DeGarmo, batting 1,000 after today. There's Marty. Hello to you, sir. And hello to you, Dan. Sorry about the delay, but a little run out of the tongue here in Florida. All right. Hello to you, Dan, as well. Let's start with you, Dan. I know it was a little short notice, but what say you about the loyalty? I know about you Three Musketeers. Loyalty, but tell the world.
Well, first of all, can you hear me okay?
You're loud and clear, sir.
Oh, good. Yeah. Marty sent me the background, but I couldn't figure it out. I've got it downloaded back there, but I couldn't figure it out. So here I am. No, I think it's a great topic. I mean, loyalty is one of those things that I think the best definition I ever heard of it was that it's a strong feeling of support and allegiance to somebody or something, or a business, or a person, or even a furry friend. Like Marty can vouch for this. My furry little guy is. It took me a while to develop a loyalty to him. And I don't think he had a problem at all, because when he was a puppy, I just didn't like him. But over time, I became in love with this little guy, and he's a fox terrier, Jack Russell mix, and he is the most. I look at him now, and he is the most loyal little guy. And they can't talk. Marty's dogs can talk, but mine can't.
Until he tells him to shut up. Yeah.
Yeah, until he tells them to shut up. But you can just see it. You can see it in all of their actions, and they're always with you. They always want to be with you. They just all the simple little things that you can really sense and appreciate their loyalty. And it means to me that for me being loyal, it means that I'll be faithful to a person or a cause or a business or an individual. And you know what? It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, with me, it isn't like I'm just instantly loyal to somebody. If I believe and I trust them, then I have every reason to be devoted and loyal to that person. But of course, it takes time. And even with Marty, Mike, and I, it took time. Now, I've been friends with Mike for 50 years, but Mike introduced me to Marty, and it took time to get to know Marty. And it took time for me to be loyal to him, but not much time, because you can, as you all know, Marty, he's pretty easy to devote your loyalty to in no time at all. But I do believe that the trust is a big thing. And we wouldn't have been successful with multiple businesses online if we didn't have faith and trust in each one of us. And like I said, it does take a little time. And the only thing that the number one thing in my life that I have faith and trust in is God. And that's my number one faith, and that's my number one loyalty. And everything else falls down from there. And you develop the friendships, you develop the business relationships, you develop all kinds of things in your life, but your faith has to be strong, in my opinion, in order to, and everything else kind of falls into place. And then you look at the business that we're all in, and that's on passive. And we've been in it I've been in it with Marty and Mike for 4.5 years, and we just knew from the beginning that we believed in it, we trusted in it, we knew it was developing, we saw it progressing, we saw it getting better and better all the time. So that loyalty, it started, we were always loyal, but it developed and got stronger and stronger. So I think loyalty can get stronger as you go on too. You can, look at where we are right now. My faith and trust and belief in On Passive and Ash Mufareh has grown, beyond what I thought it could be. So I'm at a level of loyalty. So there's a level of loyalty that I have developed over a period of time that's off the charts. So that's pretty much all I have. Loyalty is a great topic, but it does take time to develop, and I think that we have to, people have to earn it, and you have to. It takes time to trust and believe people. So that's all I have for right now. What do you think, Marty?
Marty, over to you, brother. Dan passed you the ball.
Yeah, and as soon as you did, the dog started barking. Anyway, yeah, loyalty is a big deal. For me, once you get to the loyalty part, it unlocks everything else. Like, you can move forward because you're not worried about the person you're with and the person you're talking to, that when you move on and you're working on something and they're working on something else, that you're not going on the same path, because the loyalty is there. I don't do anything and I'm passive and have to double check with Mike and Dan. Is everything all right? Are we okay? Never. I just go back and say, here's what I'm doing. They tell me what they're doing. We do stuff together. Okay, I'll chat with you again, whatever. It's a big deal. It unlocks a lot of things when you're working because you no longer have to go back and think, you know. And I understand why people don't have it because they've been burnt so many times. Like I was a lone wolf until I met Mike. And part of that was probably loyalty. I never was around someone that, you know, am I loyal to them or are they loyal to me? And it's a two-way street. But with Mike, he stood up with me over something that was going on one time 10 years ago, and nobody else did. That started a loyalty type thing. He got it, and it was pretty cool. And then from there, he introduced me to Dan, and things kept going and going and going. I would talk to Dan through Mike, and then Dan alone, and then me and Dan, and then me and Mike, and then I said, wow, this is easy. It's really simple. And the question we've got for 10 years, you guys never met? Yeah, it didn't have to be. We will, I want to. But the same thing happened when we were looking for different, when we would jump from one thing to the other. And it wasn't that we're jumping. Either we jump into something, we really tried to check it out, and it failed us because what we were in wasn't loyal to what it said it would be. So the only loyalty we had was us three. But when we found on Passive, it wasn't long that we thought, this is different. I don't know what it is yet, not quite. The conversation was, you know, we got to meet the captain of the ship somehow because we have invited people many, many times, relatives, friends, people we didn't know, people trusted us. They were loyal to us and they got burnt. Not through any fault of us, but you still invited them. So you kind of feel guilty. So we made it a point. Look, I want to know who is running this ship. And I would say the last 5 businesses we were in, we made it a point to know the man running it. No doubt about it. It was real quick. Like, I got to know who this person really is. And a lot of times, most of the time, we were let down because we would find out that they're not so loyal, or they have a hidden agenda, or they're not telling the truth. You get that, I believe, like Dan from God, where he says, okay, guys, pull out. We've had that many times, guys, pull out. Even when you think, hey, this is going good. No, we got to go. Something's not right. In fact, this is how loyalty also brings in a like-minded, the way you think and the way you do stuff, especially if you're a Christian like we are. I would go in the morning, one morning, and I remember this like yesterday. Something we're in just didn't seem right. Now, I didn't talk to Mike and Dan, maybe a little, but that morning when we talked, we all said the same thing. Something's not right. We got to get out. And no joke. And that's when you're locked in together. You're all seeing the same thing, or you're watching the tea leaves or whatever you want to call it. And that happened a few times. But when I'm Passive, it got better and better and better. Only business ever that I've been in that it's nothing like it was when it started, but it's better. And I have loyalty to Ash Mufareh as much as any man on the planet, without a doubt. Much as I do with Dan, much as I do with Mike. And believe it or not, he's the same way. And that's why it works. He's loyal to people that are loyal to him. He doesn't ask for a lot. Then he even gave the 97 back. So all he really asks is have the faith, take the journey, and be loyal. If we can't do that for what we're getting, then something's wrong with you. Sorry. And we are fortunate and blessed beyond our imagination. So that's pretty much all I have right now.
Well, I know you didn't ask, but I've got a question for you. Through all the highs and lows of the different businesses the two of you and Mike have been involved in, was there ever a low point where you kind of questioned things, not just about the business, but the loyalty end, or has it always been loyalty to the bone?
I want to say something about that. And I think Dan was pretty close to that too. But right before we found Passive, We were with the company for a year. We paid every single month. And it was getting old. It was getting old for me that there's nothing there. There's just nothing there. Not what we're looking for. We talked about maybe we could start something of our own, but it takes a lot of resources. I think we could figure one out, but I just thought, man, I was ready to throw the towel in. I wasn't far away, and I didn't want to quit because I did think that there is something there. There's got to be. And then Passive popped up. So right at the end, I was about as fed up as I could get. But the loyalty with Mike and Dan never faded. Never. But it was the industry we were in. I didn't have a whole lot of faith in it at all. In fact, I don't at all now, only on Passive. That's how I feel anyway.
That says quite a bit right there for sure. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I would, echo a lot of that. I mean, it was never, ever a question about the loyalty that Mike and Marty and I had for one another and that we couldn't make it work. We had a template that we were using for all the businesses that we got involved in. And we each, as we've told before, we each identified our roles and we refined it, and it worked pretty good, darn good. And so we had loyalty to one another, plus the fact that we had our job descriptions down. We knew what we could do. It was just like Marty said, finding the right product, the right company, the one that wouldn't fail on us. And of course, on Passive is that company. But yeah, you believe in. I have always believed in the network marketing concept. I believe that you can always make money online, and that is going to be the way. That's the way of the future. And I believed in the fact that people would. Companies had a choice. The companies had a choice of whether they wanted to market by word of mouth advertising, which is network marketing, or if they wanted to pay millions and millions of dollars doing television advertising and newspaper and doing all that type of advertising. Well, a lot of companies found that word of mouth advertising was the most effective form of advertising that there is. And, so I always believed in that, but I, one, couldn't get the right company, and two, get teamed up. And I think we've talked about this quite a bit. I think it's important that you do get teamed up with people that are like-minded with you. It helps. It helps to kick things around. It helps to, lighten the workload. And it really does help you be more efficient in your business. So the loyalty between Mike, Marty, and I was never in question. And I think that's one of the reasons we were successful with On Passive, because we just didn't want to quit. And then when we found On Passive, the light bulb clicked on all three of us, and we said, "This is it, guys, and let's go with it." And it worked. So, and it worked because of the vision of Ash Mufareh and the way he had this business set up from day one.
All right, sounds good. I just want to make kind of a question and a comment here. Very few founders in general have had the opportunity to meet Ash in person. But I feel, and I think you guys, I know Lynn has had that opportunity. She was very blessed to go in March, and be there and sit next to Ash and break bread and hear more about his vision and what's in store. And that was fun for her. But does the fact that you haven't met him, I haven't met him either, is it that big a deal? I feel he's in our homes every day. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'll start with that. No, I mean, do I want to meet him? Absolutely. Do I think we could sit down for hours like he's done with many, many people, and he's done? And Lynn, you probably can attest to this, that he's just a normal guy that has had an incredible vision and just a big heart. And so, I look forward to the day that I can sit down with Ash and really get to know him as a person face to face, because that's me. I struggled for quite a while talking into a little dot in a computer. I'm sitting here, I'm talking to thousands of people, but really I'm just sitting in a room and staring at a dot on a screen. So my whole career was more face to face. But this is the technology we have, and with OConnect, you feel like you're in the same room. So no, I think that with Lynn and all the other folks that got to meet Ash, that probably took their loyalty level to another notch. But mine's never been in question with Ash. But I'd love to meet the guy. I really would.
I think that time's coming for a lot of us, and hopefully all of us at some point. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. How about you, Marty?
Nope, I don't want to meet him. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to get a text on that one.
Yeah. I'll probably get a text right now. What'd you just say? No, no, I'd love to meet him. I am fortunate because I do chat with him a lot. We did build a relationship, and it didn't start off great, believe it or not. But I was always honest with him. He's always been honest with me. I'm fascinated by people. I love people. I love different people, and he's obviously different. I've met a lot of quality people with different qualities, like all the ones that Ash has rolled up into, but never in one body. You know, I've met really smart people, but maybe not so kind. I've met very kind people, but dumb as a rock. You know, I mean, no, but I mean, I've never met all in one package where everything's all wrapped up in one. And I've talked to him privately, and he's exactly what people think. There's no hidden nothing, absolutely nothing. And, you know, with Unpassive, I'm very protective of the company and him and other founders. Yes, I make fun of Chris and joke around with people, but Unpassive, outside of God, is my life. It is my why. This is what I do. I look back at the last 4.5 years. I never missed a day, not one day. There was hours maybe here and there, but I look back, and even then when I said I'm not going to be on, I did something with Unpassive. And I'm not saying that because you people owe me. I did because I wanted to. Absolutely love what I'm doing. This is my why. It gives me an open forum to talk with people. And I truly believe for the first time in my life that what I'm telling them, I've always wanted this, but what I'm telling them is going to happen. In fact, if I'm wrong because it'll be better than what I think it is. And if that's the case, my God, what else could I ask for? So I'm loyal to Ash. I'm loyal to the company. I don't have a lot of patience for people that aren't, especially if you look at the pros and cons. What is really expected of us? I mean, you think about it, it's embarrassing. If you have a problem with what's expected, I don't think you should be here. Sorry, it's my opinion. I'm speaking for me. If you can't do the little bit that he asked, I would have no problems going, see you later, alligator. I'm not kidding. I don't care. But I know there's a lot of people that see it and feel, wow, this could change my life. And we're going to change lives. It's going to happen bigger than we think, far-reaching around the world. That's what they're doing. I know a lot of people think small, you know. I don't know why we're doing this, and I don't know why we're doing it. The reason you don't know why, you have nothing to judge it by. If you judge Unpassive from the history of where you've been and what you know, you're making a huge mistake. There's nothing you can compare it to. It's not like any other business. It's not like any other corporation. It's not like any other leader or CEO or people he surrounded himself with. He never talks about money. He talks about what do people need? Let's give them the biggest, the best they can get. It's unheard of. You know, it goes back to, what about the competition? Nobody's playing our game. Nobody's playing the Unpassive game. How can they compete? We're not playing soccer. You might beat us in soccer. You might beat us in chess. You might beat us in baseball. You're not going to beat us in Unpassive. It's just not going to happen. So that part, I'm totally blown away. And now here goes the neighborhood. So
Well, you.
Hey, I want to say one more thing before he starts talking. I think that just to finish up on my view on loyalty, I think that it's something that I said earlier. I think you got to earn it and work at it and all that. But I think on the other side of the coin, it's something that comes totally natural. I think that we didn't have to work too hard at being loyal to one another in our business and defining our roles and doing what we had to do. It just came natural. And with OnPassive, it has come natural. It's not something that we expected at first, but it happened very quickly, and it grew and grew and grew and got better and better, and it just took on a life of its own. So there's different degrees of loyalty, and we're at the top with OnPassive right now, and I just think it was a natural progression. Take it away, Mike.
Take it away, Mike.
Do I have permission, RobLynn Lynn?
No,
You're
that's
late.
okay.
You're late.
He's flying the airplane tonight. I took tonight off.
And everybody can hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah. I heard Marty talk a little bit about loyalty and of course Dan. And loyalty is a really weird dog. It really is. Sometimes it happens very, very quickly, and other times it takes years. And it really doesn't have anything to do with the individual's character. It's just sometimes it takes a long time to get to know someone and to be comfortable and feel that loyalty. Marty and Dan have already talked about the three of us, and it happened very, very quickly. I can remember the first time I heard Marty talk. He and I did not talk. We didn't talk to each other. We were talking to another guru online. He was just brilliant. And as Marty and I got off, he was thinking the same thing I was. This guy sucks. He doesn't know anything. And somehow Marty and I got together and we started talking. It was very, very quick. I only needed to talk to Marty once, and it was a done deal. And of course, Dan, I've known Dan for a lot of years. I won't say how many, but a lot of years. And it was the same thing with Dan. When the three of us met Ash Mufareh, had no clue what to expect. Really didn't know Ash. We had never talked to him before. Marty had talked to him once before, which was an interesting conversation. But Dan and I had never talked to Ash before. We didn't know what to expect. And as we talked to Ash, it was the same thing that happened with Marty and Dan. Once Ash started talking and we were listening to him, it was just a done deal. The loyalty to Ash came very, very quickly. And I can tell you something about Ash. He is a loyal individual. If he takes you under his wing, you're in a really, really good place. He will go to battle for you. I can tell you that flat out. And we feel the same way about Ash. So loyalty is one of those things. Sometimes it takes a while to develop. But the nice thing about OnPassive, we just have so many quality people coming into OnPassive. And eventually they show their face. And when they do, you just go, well, wow, where was he hiding, or where was she hiding? And those individuals, it's very, very easy to build that relationship and have loyalty. And of course, when you talk about OnPassive, we talk about the family of OnPassive. It's growing. It's not there for everybody. I'm not naive, but the loyalty that people are attaining with OnPassive, it's growing every day, and it's all over the world. And we can't expect it to all happen within even 4 years. But I think over the next weeks and months that are coming, people are going to really realize what Mr. Mufareh has been doing, what we have been doing as a group, founding members, those individuals participating with OnPassive, to really help people around the world. And anytime you can help someone, you really do get a friend for life. And if you get a friend for life, you've also got loyalty. So
Speaking of the neighborhood,
talking about, but loyalty, it's a great thing when you find it, and when you find it, don't let it go. Don't ever leave. Don't ever let it go. Go ahead, Chris. You want to go ahead?
even though
Stuff.
even though he's a jokester at times,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, am I the wrong?
You, John, you
I
just
think
fired me again.
I think I'm at the wrong meeting. I thought you said royalty, not loyalty. I thought it was royalty, so I thought I would show up. So, no, Mike, continue. I'm listening, and I'll speak when Mr. Mike's done.
I'm done. Go ahead.
And so I'm assuming I just jumped out of the shower. I'm assuming this is about loyalty. I think Marty talked to me earlier.
Yes.
What is loyalty to me? Well, I'm gonna say I've been pretty loyal to everyone I've worked for my entire life. I was loyal to Ford Motor Company. I was loyal to Mazda Motors, but it was a different kind of loyalty. With Ash Mufareh, it's not just about loyalty. It's about honesty. It's about trust. You see, where I worked for 32 years, there was no trust. There was no honor. It was you showed up for work and you got paid for it. That was your loyalty of showing up to work. And that was pretty much the end of it. But I think with a passive and Ash and Lynn knows when we were in Boston just to hear the guy speak, you get a totally, well, now I wouldn't say a complete different look at Ash when you first meet him. When you hear him talk, he's the same way, but you're right there. You can actually feel the emotions that are coming out of him. You can feel the hunger, the thirst, the passion that he has, not just for a passive, but just about people in general. And I thought that was the first time I've ever seen someone, I would say in his status as a CEO, wow, he's loyal to the people. And that's kind of hard to come by. But you can look at loyalty a million different ways. I believe that anything that you really believe in or trust, and you can be honest about it, you should be loyal to it because it's a great thing. But I don't see anything not to be loyal about a passive because everything in it seems to be good. I seen millions, literally 1 million founders who are loyal to this company. They've proved it. They've showed it by doing webinars, appearing on webinars, appearing on shows like this. But loyalty is like Mike said, I caught Mike at what he was saying earlier. It is a tricky thing. It's how you perceive it. You can be real loyal or you can be fake loyal too. I prefer the real loyal. I don't believe that, especially any of us on the panel, it's not about putting us in front of anybody. It's about us putting everyone in front of us. And as Marty says many times, pushing them way above us. And I really, truly enjoy that. I know Mike has done that. I know Dan has done that. I know RobLynn has done it. And I think a lot of people are just now starting to catch on that it's not just about the wealth that's coming toward our way. It is, regardless of what anyone says, knowing what's coming our way makes my heart pump. It really does. But I also know that what I'm going to be able to do with that, fulfill some of my dreams and take care of a lot of other people's dreams by teaching them, adding them, and hopefully they're loyal like we were loyal. I mean, you got to think, Mike, Dan, Marty, Red, the originals, Michael Williams, the original people. I mean, you got to say they're pretty darn loyal. They've been in here for 5 years and they've stuck with it. They've brought people really high. And it's an amazing company, I think. Now, is there good and bad and everything? Yes, there is. But sometimes your loyalty will take you down to the right, take you to the right path. It'll take you to the right door. It'll get you on the right road. And I really think that a passive is it's driving everyone to where they all need to be. And I think that's pretty loyal because Ford Motor Company, they drove me to work 130 hours a week. All right. That I was loyal to that green that I made. It wasn't about Ford Motor Company. It's about how much I can make in a week. And that was where my loyalty lied. This is totally different. So that's pretty much all I got, Mr. Rob, Miss Lynn. Take it back to you.
Well, Chris, as often as you and Marty go back and forth, I feel there's some kind of love there and certainly a loyalty. And I've heard Marty say,
Listen,
Sorry, I'm not able to make a phone call at this time.
hold
but
on,
you can ask
my
me to place a
Siri's
FaceTime
talking.
call.
With me and Marty, a lot of we were talking about this the other day. When Marty and I discovered this little, hey, let's do a little slapping around each other, a little boxing, a little rope-a-dope. And in the beginning, there was people getting mad at Marty because he was teasing me so much. I said, no, that's what we do. Don't worry, I'll get him back. So we kind of made it like a slapstick out of it. It was fun for us. A lot of people really enjoy watching us beat each other up, and we have nothing but respect for each other. And that's what I love about it. I mean, I can't do anything serious, even though I want to be, but having fun for me is just, that's the way of life. I like having fun no matter what. I mean, I have fun at funerals, sad to say it that way, but I believe you should be smiling all the time because God gave me one life and I really want to enjoy it. To be honest, I'd rather be happy than go down angry. And that's loyalty there, let me tell you.
and Mike and Dan, one thing Marty has said often, and I believe this, and I think this for myself. In my case, I would take a bullet for Ash, for what he's doing for humanity. And that may seem a little trite and a little caustic, but I would go to the ends of the earth, and Lynn as well, I believe for sure, the ends of the earth, as would you guys would for Ash, and to do anything, in a positive way for Ash. What say you, either Marty or Dan? Excuse me, Mike or Dan? Marty's taking a siesta. He needs a nap.
Dan, you want to go first, or you want me to?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
That's really dark. That's really, really dark. I would rather take care of people so they don't get into that situation. I don't want anybody taking a bullet for me. Because of what Ash is doing, he's doing it in the right way. He's protecting people. He's protecting the corporate side and the affiliate side, even though you might not know what he's doing. It's all good. It's all light. And they're really, when I think about on passive, I know what's out in the world. I know what's there. But we're in our own little bubble, and on passive has made that bubble. And when you have as many people that are in on passive, believe me, people do not want to go to war with us. People do not want to see us release the hounds. People do not want to see us rally around Ash Mufareh. When you have this many people, it can be extremely frightening for those individuals that aren't in the bubble. So I don't think of it in terms of the dark side. It is so positive what we can do as a group, as a team, as an organization, and I don't worry about anybody, including Ash Mufareh, because he's got a lot of people that are protecting his back. Not only us as founders, those individuals are participating, but those individuals in corporate America, and now we have governments coming in and going, Mr. Mufareh, we want to be involved. Well, they're going to take care of Mr. Mufareh. I don't worry too much about Ash. He's in really, really good hands right now with all of us. And I'm not going to go on the dark side. I just won't go there.
And likely I shouldn't have either, but it was really just what I meant to say was the ends of the earth for the guy. And that is extreme, taking a bullet. I know exactly what you were saying, Robert. We don't want you to go there. We don't want you to have to do that. I'm with you.
Glad you didn't ask me, Rob. Rob, if you would have asked me, you know what I would have said? You darn right, I would push Marty DeGarmo in front of Ash. I would.
Yeah.
I could see that's what you were thinking, and Marty probably thought the same thing and came right back. So here he is. Go ahead, Marty. You're muted.
For one thing, that little yard gnome is not pushing me in front of anything, okay? Yeah. All right. I crap things his size. So when he went to push, you find out which one's getting the bullet. Okay, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, I'm like Mike. I don't want to go there. I would do anything for him. I think, obviously, like Mike said, he's made a lot of people that like him and absolutely love him. There's going to be a few people that are nasty and all that. That you'll never change that. But because he built such a big foundation, a big company where we're going to be entering the arena as a multi-unicorn company, that says a lot. There's a lot of power there. The companies that get hurt, or a CEO or a guy that comes out, they come in naive. They come in as a small fish in a big barracuda-filled waters, and they get demolished. Ash is coming in as a big fish. And they'll think twice before they do anything. They're not stupid. And that's a big deal for all of us, whether we realize it or not. Entering this prize fight, or whatever you want to call it, as the number one contender, it means a lot. It means a lot. And I think, and because he comes in with a big heart, look what he's done first. What did he lead this company with? Sent truckloads of people to the people that were had that earthquake, right? He led with giving. Ash has given a lot more than he received. He didn't get anything from us. So that's powerful. That's powerful, because I think being right, doing the right thing, is stronger than negative. I just do. And it will always win in the outcome. I believe in Superman. You know what I mean? Our superheroes win all the time. Anyway, that's all I got.
Dan, over to you. Pile on Marty a little bit.
Yeah. No, I agree totally with that. You know, Ash, like Mike was saying earlier, he knows who's loyal to him. I mean, it's amazing what he does know. He knows the character of a lot of these people, and he knows our character, whether we know it or not. And one of the things I think about with Ash is, as far as going to bat for him and everything, he gives us the best advice. He said, if there's anybody saying anything negative about me or about the company or whatever, don't give them any fodder. Don't even talk to them. Don't acknowledge it, because it's not worth it. And, you know, I think I've taken that to heart. I don't respond to any of these people that might have something negative to say, because they don't know. They don't understand. They're ignorant. And I just accept that fact and move on. And I like to highlight the positives rather than the negatives, you know. And there are going to be negatives, especially when you have a company this size. And then the other thing I think about is the fact that, you know, we all know what we know about OnPassive, but there's 95% of it that we don't know yet. And Ash has surrounded himself with some amazing people. And it's moving forward more and better than we could have possibly imagined. And you know, a lot of things are being revealed to us as he thinks we should know them, or when we can handle them. And it's so exciting that there's so much out there that we don't know. That to me is really exciting. So Ash looks at it in a positive way. You can tell. He looks at it as, hey, I don't have time for any of this stuff. I have time for looking forward to my vision and the team that I put together, and the hard work that's put forward. He just highlights all of those good things that's about OnPassive. So that's what I concentrate on as well.
Good stuff. Hey, Mike, I had something I wanted to ask you, get your thoughts on for sure on the loyalty thing. How about these employees, multi-countries, languages? I can't say the word
linguistic.
Yeah, that one. And, you know, they've all come together. I don't hear of, maybe no one else has heard of, a swinging door. People come to OnPassive, and their mission is Ash's mission and Ash's vision, or so it seems to me. How about you?
Yeah, no, you're right. You know, all the people that are in OnPassive, it's really, really funny. it doesn't matter what language you talk if you're speaking the language of love. And Ash talks about that over and over and over again. Someone can listen to me, or someone can listen to Marty or Chris or Dan or really anybody, and you can understand the vibe that's coming through them. And you know when someone is genuine, you know when someone is really cares about individuals. And I think Mr. Mufareh, what he's done with all the diversity that's in Unpassive, I mean, he is the greatest ambassador that we can have, because with Ash, there are no shadows. You see what he is, and when he comes on, you know exactly who Mr. Mufareh is, who Ash Mufareh is. And some people, they might not like the 7 hours worth of a webinar. That's hard to do sometimes, but when they get off it, they know that they were listening to someone who is genuine, who cares about them, and who wants to change lives around the world. I don't think it matters what language it is. Eventually what Mr. Mufareh is sharing, it gets translated into that language by someone, somewhere that gets it. But it really is the culture that Mr. Mufareh has put out there, what Unpassive is, and the diversity that's in Unpassive right now with all the different countries and nations. I think they get it. I mean, I watched Marty develop Papua New Guinea. And Papua New Guinea, it is just a terrific country. And you can see the people in Papua New Guinea, who they are, how they feel. Again, there's no shadow there. You know exactly who you're talking to. And I think they were drawn into Unpassive because of Marty, but because of Ash Mufareh. They see an individual that is, you know, I don't want to say it's unique, but it is. There just aren't that many people out there with the heart that Mr. Mufareh has, unfortunately. Now, hopefully Unpassive is going to change that. But I think the diversity is really, really good. I think they're here because of how Unpassive has been preached around the world, and they get it. And it's not hard to get when you're listening to someone that really believes in what they're talking. I hope that answered your question, Rob. I don't know if it did or if it didn't.
Yeah, it did. Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure. Let's, Chris, come on. Let's hear from you, brother.
You know, I don't know anybody that says anything bad about Ash Mufareh except for the ding-dongs, right? A lot of people don't know this. I want to kind of give you a true story, a real picture of Ash Mufareh, which I don't think I've ever talked about. I think Marty did once, but I wanted just to bring it up, just to let you know who this guy really is. If you don't know, you should. When my mom was in probably the final 6 hours of her life, Ash Mufareh, if you didn't know, was coming to my house, and we were going to sit down at this table and we were going to do a live together. And I was freaking out, excited. And of course, my mom had turned for the worst. And he's calling Marty, and I'm telling Marty, I don't know, man. It's not looking real good right now. And he's telling Marty, all right, let's get her to another doctor. Come on. There's great doctors. We got to get her another. And he didn't realize that my mom has been in through hospice. They knew all about it. There was really nothing you could do. But he just refused to give up. He's calling Marty, and Marty's saying, Ash, she's in hospice. There's nothing you can do. And I had a lot of respect for that. And in the back of my mind, I'm kind of giggling. Well, I don't think he realizes where my mom, you know, what she's at. He knew she was sick, and boom, she passed away. And I actually called Marty because at that time I wasn't really communicating with Ash here and there. And I called Marty. I said, can you tell Ash that my mom just passed? Probably not a good idea that he comes over here. Which two broken hearts, one that my mom died and one a guy was coming here. And this is what Ash said. Chris, I don't care about the live. I just want to tell your mom what a great guy you are. I really want to tell her that. And of course, that made me broke down completely. And that's who he is. And there was a lot of rumors and speculations about what happened. And I'm going to tell you the truth. This is what happened. Ash should call Marty and say, well, I got family now over. My mom, I think, laid in this house for 7 or 8 hours until they cleaned her up. I invited my aunts and uncles, my brother, everyone over here, my kids. In the process, he's calling Marty, what does he need? I could send food, and I pretty much had everything coming. I had some pizza subs and all kind of stuff coming from my family. And he's persistent. No, I got to send him something. And, the rumor has it is, Ash Mufareh paid for my mom's funeral. That I'm going to tell you what, he probably would have if I would have asked him, but no, that was covered. What Ash Mufareh did for my family, and I have a lot of people that don't believe in passive and stuff like we all do in the family. I'm sitting at this table with my family. We got them in the living room, the den, they're everywhere. And my aunt says, Chris, there's some crazy guy filling up your entire front porch with flowers. I go, what? And candies and snacks. And I look and I walk out there and there's, let's put it this way, enough plants that filled up my kitchen, my living room, my den, and my mom's bedroom for flowers, healthy, fruitful snacks. And my aunts and uncles said, well, who did this? I said, I just have a funny feeling I know who did this. I go, what's the card say? A beautiful card, condolences from the Ash Mufareh family, his wife and kids. And just to lay that rumor down, I have many stories that I could tell you about that, not just to me, and I won't do it. Later in life, I will tell you about who he really is. And that is kind of the person that I wish people would know about him. He's not selfish for one iota. He's not a cheat. He's not a thing that they say about him on the internet. And I do have a personal relationship with him now. That wasn't the reason, but that just told me who he was. And I want everyone to know who he is because I don't think you really understand. He's not just a guy that's giving you an opportunity to change your life. He's the guy that created the opportunity and then gave you a choice. You want to get in it or not. He never forced you. He told you the truth. And yeah, believe it or not, whether some people believe it or not, he's very transparent. Does he let us know everything bad? No, and I don't blame him because you'd probably all drop with a heart attack if you knew what he really has to go through. Okay, there's a few of us that get to know this once in a while, but he doesn't tell us everything. But I tell you what, if I could replace all my bosses I've had for the last 57 years of my life, he was the one that I would have wanted to have as my boss because I knew he cared about people. Is he a businessman? No. He's a humanitarian. I honestly don't think he knows a clue about business. Don't tell him I said that. But he's a true man, and when he says something, he does it. And a lot of you have witnessed that, and a lot of you haven't yet. And I wish those people that haven't would just open up your eyes, take a deep breath, and realize that you have a person, you have a family, you have a company that is actually reaching out and doing everything possible to create and build and design a company that is not just going to help his family, but the entire world. And that's the Ash Mufareh that I would like for you guys to know. We can nitpick all day long. A lot of people do it. But you hold on just to that one story. He's a great man and he's a great friend. And I could never repay him for his kindness, not just to my family, but for everyone in this company. RobLynn, back to you.
Well, I got a quickie here, and then we're going to go to Marty, if that's okay. I've got to add to stories. Over a year and a half ago, we experienced just about a direct hit of a hurricane. We lost about a third of our fence in the backyard. No other damage. We were very blessed. Had Lynn not blocked Ash's phone number, not knowing it was Ash's, we would have heard from the guy. He called more than once, several times. It was in the caller ID to ask how we were doing. And then he reached out to Marty, and then we all found out what had happened, and we all got a good smile out of it. But that's the Ash Mufareh we know, calling us to see how we're doing. Are we okay? Do we need anything? So thanks, Ash. Over to you, Marty.
I've got many stories that I'll probably tell later. mind blowing. The one with Chris was really kind of funny too, because he's telling me, well, what are we going to do? And I said, well, I don't know what we're going to do. She's been sick a long time, actually. What right does the nurse have telling her how bad? I said, no, not a nurse. It's been that way for a while. I just think, we should get somebody else. I said, it's way past that, man. Like way, way past it. Well, then Chris's mom passes away. I called Chris and said he wants to do something. He said, no, it's okay. Chris, it's Ash Mufareh. No, doesn't work. He's going to drive me insane. Then Chris said this. He goes, well, my mom liked flowers. That's what he said. And I went, well, at least I got something. So I go back and I said, his mom loves flowers.
Oh, yeah?
Flowers, yeah. What else? How about food? I go, well, look at Chris. He likes food, right? So of course, I made a joke out of it. But he goes, and then he went on a little bit longer and he goes, my wife's here. Why am I asking you? I said, I don't know. So I went back and told Chris, I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but don't do anything. Let it go. It was not going to work. I already knew that anyway. But there was times I had really big issues here, and he did stuff that I would, when I get my living room, I'll tell you. But more than you could imagine. I mean, even with the phone, the simple thing. I never had a phone in my life. 60 years old. Never had a phone. Be quiet for a minute. I never had just a house phone. And if I got one, I wouldn't even know what to hardly do with it. Well, he would text me, and the only way to do it was through Dawn's phone. And Dawn always answered or looked at it, and finally she gives me the phone every day. Finally he goes, why does Dawn answer every time I call you? I said, that's her phone. Well, what's your number? Well, I don't have a phone. I don't mess with phones. Oh. All right. I'm going to send you a phone. No. That's okay. You don't have to send me a phone. I'm good. I don't use them anyway. Oh, no. I don't want to text and go to Dawn every time. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. What kind of phone does Dawn have? I said, I don't know. What was it?
iPhone 11.
iPhone 11. Put Dawn on. All right, what do you want? I want to talk to Dawn. So I give him the phone back. Dawn, what kind of phone do you have? She tells him. What's your favorite color? Gold. Okay, I'll see you. And he didn't even come back to me, did he? No, didn't even talk to me like I was dirt. 3 or 4 days later, 2 phones come in, one for Dawn and one for me. I said, I thought you were sending me a phone, I give Dawn's back. No, I figured, what right is that? I give you a new phone and then we use hers, but we don't give her a new. I said, okay. Now, on top of that, I got to tell you, he's scanning around this table, and there was this beat up, looked like a pile of tape. Okay. And I go, what is that? Oh, that's my phone. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you give me a brand new phone, and you got that pile of junk. You can see the back was ripped off. Yeah, didn't even get a phone for himself. No joke. But that's just one of many, and some of the stuff that, he's raising 2 boys that what they do for fun is helping people. Really, no joke. He's got videotapes of boys running up, giving stuff to people in the street and people that are, having issues. That's who he is. And Chris is right. I don't handle as well as some people, they can criticize, let it go. I don't let shit go. I want to beat your brains in. But that's me. I would do that for a family member or anybody here. If I mess with Mike and Dan and Chris and the Mad Hatter, okay, I'm allowed to. But if you don't know these guys, you better shut up. But anyway, no, but he's always been that way. Always what's going on. I remember, now that you said it, Rob, I remember what happened. Marty, what's going on with RobLynn? I don't know. I haven't heard from them. They're not answering the phone. And I go, oh, well, they had a hurricane. I go, yeah, no. Oh, yeah. He went, dude, of course they had a hurricane. So anyway, so I go, I don't know why they're not answering. You go, well, I'm calling them, but they're not. A little bit later, Marty, what did they call you? Who? RobLynn? No. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're from, yeah, but is it that bad? They can't call. Finally, he got a hold of it. Oh, yeah, he was worried to death. That's who he is. No joke. One in a empire and he's worried about little things. Every individual, really, and that's what we go back to the name of the show, loyalty. Mike said it. You're loyal to Ash. The return on investment is massive. You're under his wing, you're done. And I'm a big load of crap to put under your wing, okay? So, no, but I mean, no matter what, really, I have to tell him, no, calm down. I mean, he's done stuff for me that you guys, I had to tell him to stop. I'm no joke. But no, he's amazing. That's why I take it personal. But we're in for a world of difference. He's not kidding when he says he's going to change the world. I'm really happy that some of the stuff he's going to bring out, he's going to bring it out as a multi-unicorn company, because if he didn't, then I would be worried. And some people here know what I mean. I mean, stuff that's it's going to rock the industry. It's going to shock the world in a good way. But you need to be you need to have a good foundation to walk out in the world with certain things. So, and we're all blessed because we're part of it. For what? To be loyal. How hard is that? Anyway, that's all I got.
I can't even put my Just 97 hat on without a big grin on my face.
You can throw that away now.
No, that's here for the archives for sure. Over to you, Dan. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, and I'd rather hear you. And by the way, all the comments are that we have on board here tonight for superheroes, and that's what you guys mean to the world of On Passive, and we feel the same way here. So take it away, Dan.
Well, what was the question?
Well, we were talking about different stories that have popped up with Ash, and I'm sure Marty's told you some of those.
Well, one of the ones I have, I mean, was a long time ago when I was still in the medical business, and as you guys know, I go into surgery quite a bit, and I was just about ready to go into a surgery. I had my scrubs on, and I was walking into the OR, and I get a phone call from Ash, and he goes, "Why aren't you in this meeting?" I go, "Well, I'm walking into a surgery. I'm walking into a surgery." And then he knew what I did, but I don't think he knew the magnitude of what I did and what the responsibility of what I had to do. So I said, "I've got to go into this surgery right now. They're about ready to, open up a patient, and he goes, "Oh my God." And later he goes, "I couldn't do what you do. That's just, it's disgusting. I couldn't do it." Appreciated it, but he couldn't do it. But that was back when Ash was making a point of getting a lot of people. He would get their phone numbers, and he would get everybody on the phone, and he would make sure that they were committed. And it was almost it was a check for all of us to be able to take that responsibility for our business. And I think we talk about that all the time. And I think that we all do have to take responsibility for what we've got here, and appreciate what we have here. And the loyalty part of it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And those are just little incidents. We're all talking about the little incidences that build up to just appreciate the relationship that we've nurtured with Ash over the last 4.5 years. And like Marty said, there's a lot of stories that we could relate, but that's just who he is, and we appreciate everything about who he is. That's all I got for right now. I was pulling stuff out of everywhere. I don't know.
That's what we do here at RobLynn Live. You never know where it's coming from. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. Oh my goodness! Back over to you, Chris Johnson. I think maybe we'll wrap up, but the numbers keep going up here. I don't know if we should leave.
Rob, you and Marty both forgot one of the most important things Ash said when they were trying to call you. What he said was, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were out of town still, and they said if he needs to, tell him that him and his family could stay at my house. That was another thing that blew me away. If you guys both forgot that, I can't believe you forgot that. But I remember him saying, listen, I just want to make sure they're okay. And if they're not, they can go stay at my house. That's the honest to God truth. You forgot that one, Marty. What's the matter with you?
Well, I didn't hear that myself directly until now, to be honest. Or
Well,
maybe
we didn't want your head to swell, Rob, so we kept that one low key.
my head isn't swelling anywhere. Yeah, that's for sure.
He did say that, though. That's the honest to God truth.
That's just these stories have been remarkable. These stories are true. So if there's anybody that doubts anything about Ash's loyalty, you're gonna have to come through me with that one. Come through Marty, Dan, Mike, and Chris. It isn't going to happen. The loyalty is there. The love is there. The caring from Ash to the world is beyond my wildest belief. I mean, he cares about people, whether it doesn't matter where they are. He's loyal to them in Papua New Guinea. He's loyal to everybody in the Philippines, the other Asian countries, Singapore, LA, California, Tampa, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, and you name it, Colorado. It's just, I know this is a good place to be. It's been a good place for a long time, and now we're blessed that we're going to see the fruits of, I don't want to call it labors, but I would call our sharing on our love for humanity. And quite frankly, from our standpoint, Lynn has always been a giving, caring person. Maybe I have been too and not known it. But with this new sheriff in town, he's rubbing off on us big time.
And people are loving the stories that they heard tonight. I think messages hit our heart when they're stories, personal stories of what you've heard and what you've done. And I think that was beautiful tonight. I enjoyed every story tonight.
So let's have a last word from everybody, if we may. I know people say we're the variety chat hour, but whenever we have folks like you guys on, it's always an hour and a half or more. So without further ado,
let me start it off, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah, before we leave here, I want everybody to understand that Mr. Mufareh has a wicked sense of humor. Okay. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard it, you're not listening close enough. Very, very early on in On Passive, maybe some of you weren't in On Passive at this time, but Ash came on and he said, okay, On Passive is done. It's over. I quit. That's all he said. And then he just left it out there. People freaked out. I can guarantee you Ash was just having a ball with all the people just freaking out about Ash coming on and saying, I'm done. It's over. And I can remember Marty, Dan, and I, we heard that, and we got on Skype after that. And Marty and Dan, they weren't panicked at all. And they said, and basically they said, well, that was kind of interesting. I'm not sure what the hell that was, but it was pretty interesting. And sure enough, none of us were panicked about it. We're just going, well, okay, we know Ash. I don't have a clue what he's doing, but I think he was doing a lot of things with that announcement, but he was also having some fun. I think he was laughing in the background at what people were doing in their reactions. So when you think about Ash, understand he's got a really, really good sense of humor. And when you get a chance to taste that, it's really enjoyable. So yeah, always remember that. Ash has got a great sense of humor. That's it.
All righty. I'd like to say thank you to Char, too, or Charmaine as we know her. Nothing is more humble for that super sticker. Nothing is more noble. Nothing, getting old in these glasses. Nothing more venerable than loyalty. Marcus Tullius Cicero, hashtag Ash Mufareh. Our beloved CEO and friend, we the global family are blessed to have known him, virtual or physical. Hashtag Charmaine NG. Wow.
Thank you.
How about those strong
Beautiful.
words? Woo, doggies, like Marty says.
And Kathy Top says, hashtag Ash Mufareh is the meaning of loyalty? And we have Afniksani. He says, one human being unites the world. Ash is the real United Nations. The organization comes 21st after 20 ashes. And Karen says, it's a very touching evening. Thank you all for your thoughts and words. People are appreciating the panel and what they shared. We appreciate you all as well.
Yeah, we appreciate you all for sure. And Chris, over to you for some parting remarks. I know you have nothing to say, but go ahead.
I never have nothing to say.
Oh,
First of all, thank you for inviting me, because when I actually text Lynn, I said, hey, Mike's there. They got it. And she said, Rob says, get your butt on here, basically. I said, all right, I'm coming. Because I have a lot of respect for these three guys, for what they did, what they built, how they worked together. Definitely loyalty. Those three represent loyalty, not only to Unpassive, but to each other as friends. They've never met. These three, that's probably the problem. Once they do meet, they'll probably get an argument, but they've never they've never met. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to sit the first time we're all together. I think it should be just Marty, Dan, and Mike all by themselves at the table. Let them really get it out of each other, and then we'll slowly join them. But if you brought three of the best guys on here for loyalty, because they've been loyal, not just to Unpassive, but all three of these guys are part of helping out 1 million people, helping out more people to let them know about Unpassive. So I'm proud just to be on this panel with you three guys tonight. That's all I got, Mr. RobLynn. Thanks again for having me on here.
All right, let's throw it over to Mr. DeGarmo. Let's go, Pop. Take us out of here.
Yeah, can't add very much to anything we've done already. That was pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff, and we talk about sense of humor and all that. Not too long ago, I asked, hey, would it be okay if we did this or that or whatever it was? And a little while went by, and he texts and he goes, you're a unicorn. You can do anything you want. I said, okay. I didn't look at it that way. But yeah, he's got a great sense of humor, no doubt. And one more thing, very, very important. He's got a great memory.
Yes.
Oh, disgustingly good memory. There was stuff in the past that I wanted to let go, and I'll tell you one day what it was.
That's all right. I know what it was.
Yeah, he remembered it really clear. I've been dying to tell you this for 2 years. I said, oh, shoot. But anyway, no, that was a great night. I had a good time. I'm here with the best people I know ever in Unpassive, outside of Unpassive, really. But this is something we've all been looking for. We're not that special. I tell people, if you can get a team up with someone, what would RobLynn be without Rob or Lynn? When I first met Chris, I went back to Ash and I said, I don't know who this maniac is, but there's something about him that would be good. And he's got a big heart. And he's so quiet. What a dumbass. I was wrong about part of it. He's not quiet. And he's bugged me every day since the day I opened my big mouth. No, but it's a good thing. I know the loyalty part, and what I'm really seeing in Unpassive, which really makes me happy, is I believe the core of this apple we call Unpassive is getting bigger and bigger every day, and it's from shows like this. It's from encouraging people to think beyond themselves, because I know most people put up that fence and say, well, that's not me. I don't go beyond here, and that's not. There's no reason to live that way. But Unpassive, I think everybody could go, sky's the limit. It's a big, big company. There's enough room for everybody. Not everybody's Chris, thank God. Not everybody's Mike Ellis or Dan Street or me or RobLynn. Find your path and go for it. I don't stop looking at, oh, he did this and she can do that and he can do that. So what? So what? You have something that God gave you, because God doesn't make mistakes. You have a gift in you that you can push, and Unpassive is the platform to do that. I also believe it's fertile ground for all these inventions that have been squashed in the past. You're going to see them come out in Unpassive. There'll be breakthrough things happen in Unpassive because it is Unpassive. I believe that. Anyway, that's all I have. I had a good time.
All right. Dan or Mike, any parting comments? Go ahead if you do. Over to Dan.
Well, I'll go ahead. I think I'd like to end with one of the things I've noticed about Ash lately is that, or one of the things I thought about with Ash and Unpassive is the fact that Ash and his team and how hard they work for us. We all know that, but taking it a step further and just looking at Ash, and does he really enjoys his work? I was talking about this a little while ago, and he enjoys his work. He enjoys bringing this to us, and he couldn't do this. We wouldn't have this opportunity if he didn't enjoy everything about everything that he's doing, and if he didn't have a passion for this company and a passion for doing what he's doing for us. Because of the way he set up this company and he moved forward with this company, with helping people and helping those people that have never been successful with any kind of an online business. That to me has always hit me really hard. But Ash, you look at him now and he's enjoying what he's doing. He is just on fire for everything that he is doing. And he's got a team that he put together that he trusts. And that team that he's put together is loyal to him and he is loyal to them. So that's a big key. And when you've got all that corporate staff that are loyal to one another and they're working hard for us and the synergy that they have with one another is unbelievable, and they are having fun. And it's fun to see them have fun. And we know that we're all going to benefit from this, and it's just going to be a wonderful ride. So that's all I have.
All right. Mike, you want to say a few words or?
Yeah, just very, very quickly. Ash Mufareh wants each and every one of you to succeed. Okay, he wants to fill that tank. And Marty talks about the orchard and low-lying fruit and what you can do. Unpassive has already got the orchard taken care of. They're going to pick everything there, and he's going to distribute it through those individuals participating with Unpassive. He's going to pick the whole orchard. But what you and I can do is we can nibble around the edges of that orchard. And Marty today came out with something that very, very beneficial for everybody. I think most people saw it. If you didn't get the video he put out there, it's what we can all do to help build Unpassive and get to that place quicker. But there's some other things that we're going to be sharing with you in the near future that everybody can do, not hard stuff to do, as what Marty said today about the YouTube channel and that kind of stuff. So guys, get excited where we're at. Mr. Mufareh, he wants you to do very, very well. We want you to do very, very well. And anytime we have something that you can do, very simple to do, we're going to put it out there, and then it's up to you. Not hard to do. Marty's thing, it takes 3, 5, 7 minutes a day. Some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about doesn't take any time at all. You just have to make up your mind to do it. What it will do for your business, even though it's a little bit here and a little bit there, is extraordinary. And when I mean extraordinary, I mean extraordinary. Your business will just blossom. So that was kind of off subject a little bit, guys. But we've got a lot of stuff to share with everybody. We're going to be doing that over the next few weeks, and just stay tuned. This is what loyalty is all about. We're here to help you, and we're going to continue to help you until you get it and you start filling that tank. That's it, guys. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. We do need to say a special thank you for the super stickers if we can, if you'll bear with us just a moment. And what's that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We're going to the super stickers.
Yes, good idea.
Okay, here we go.
Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you, sir. We appreciate you being here so many nights, and your super stickers much appreciated. Francis Tay, our dear brother in the Three Musketeers, formerly known as the Three Asian Musketeers, Francis, Tang, and Chris. And thank you for that super sticker. Deborah Shaw, thank you as well. And Charmaine, a dear lady from Singapore, sunny Singapore, thank you. And that was okay, good stuff. That's plenty, believe me. That's plenty. We appreciate it, guys. And if you guys would just stay in the picture just for a couple of minutes, you know who wants to take a picture or two. So, good night, Gracie.
Good night, George.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
See you guys tomorrow. Love y'all.